What's the worst candy to ever exist? Story 1. Haribo Sugar. Free gummy bears is known to give you an explosive diarrhea. The Amazon reviews for those are endless entertainment. Oh my fucking god, it all makes sense now. A couple of months ago, I bought sugar-free gummies to give my toddler on his first plane ride ever. We went through at least 12 diapers and lost a pair of shorts while stuck on the tarmac, lightning, and the ride to the hotel. I thought it was all the juice he drank because of the acid. I'm sure that didn't help, but I'll never buy those fucking gummies again. Thank you, kind stranger. Story 2. Jelly Belly Bean Boozled. Ain't nothing like barf and rotten egg flavored beans. Had a box of those for the first time with a friend of mine, a decade or so ago, and the ones that stuck out to me were 1. Baby wipes was a bad taste, but didn't really taste gross. 2. Same with toothpaste. Just really minty, and while I'm not a fan of mint, it wasn't bad. 3. Barf was bad, but it could have been worse. My friend, on the other hand, literally barfed after that one. 4. Booger was similar to barf. Bad, but not atrocious. 5. Rotten egg was tied for worst IMO. Definitely one of the worst tasting ones. 6. Worst IMO was dog food, which I think is still in the new editions. Equally atrocious taste as rotten egg, but I'd say this one was probably worse because the smell would always be so pungent. Makes your breath stink, and it flows throughout the room, LOL. Story 3. Anyone ever tried a Canadian brand of chewing gum called Thrills? It literally tasted exactly like soap. It advertises that it tastes like soap. It was also cheaper than any other gum available. Thrills gum are a punishment. Who purchases this stuff? It was like someone thought, I can make a candy worse than black licorice. I'll make gum that tastes like soap. Story 4. Maybe not the worst, but a candy I used to love was Butterfinger. Then they changed the recipe, and it is terrible now. I'll see it in the checkout line at the grocery store and just be sad because it used to be so good. Oh my god, I agree. That new and improved recipe sucks huevos. They tried to save money, but I'm pretty sure it cost them a lot of sales in the end. Story 5. Whatever that orange peanut was. Circus Peanuts. Here's my personal history with Circus Peanuts. Me seeing Circus Peanuts in a store. Oh wow, I haven't had these in years. Buys bag, eats one. Wow, this takes me back. Eats second one. These really aren't as good as I remember. Eats third one. Oh, these are gross. Tosses bag in trash. 5 years later, sees Circus Peanuts in the store. Oh man, I haven't had these in years. Story 6. The little sugar dots on the piece of paper. You always wind up eating some of the paper. Story 7. Palmer Easter candy. Plastic, waxy and tasteless. Cheap and gross, but so popular. I'd throw in basically any Easter-themed chocolate, whether it's Palmer or any off-brand Easter chocolate. They all taste like the disappointment of a Southern Baptist discovering their child is gay. Story 8. I've scrolled pretty far down, and I haven't seen anyone say a word about those god-awful gummy food-shaped candies they hand out at Halloween. They're usually individually wrapped, and the most common ones I had were made to look like a hamburger or hot dog. They had a weird chemical flavor and the magnificent texture of industrial-quality rubber. Used to love those when I was younger. Always pretended like I'm eating an actual hamburger. I now despise them. Story 9. I was in Amsterdam, and I was hungry for reasons. I went into a candy shop. I should mention that I do not speak Dutch. I certainly don't read it. So I found these blue raspberry sour ribbons that looked just like my favorite sour candy. I bought a goddamn pound of them, again, for reasons. Walked outside, pulled one of these enticing blue boys out, and took a great big bite of menthol-flavored candy. Menthol. I don't what fucking psychopath decided this was a thing that should ever be in people's mouths, as opposed to, say, used to sterilize septic tanks. But I hope that asshole gets his asshole permanently attached to the asshole of the asshole who decided the delivery method should be via candy that looks exactly like blue raspberry. And if it's the same asshole, I stand by my former statement. Human centipede to the Ouroboros. That's what I wish on that person. So yeah, I'm gonna go with surprise menthol flavor as the worst flavor of candy. Story 10. Wax lips. It's literally flavored wax that you chew on. I can see this being amusing 100 years ago when they came out, but how is this still a thing? I honestly never knew anyone that treated the wax lips as a candy, or as anything other than to put over your mouth to look like it was your own lips. Story 11. Those gross-ass candies that are wrapped in either orange or black wrappers. They are like hardened peanut butter or something. The candy we all threw away after trick or treating. I have a vivid memory of going trick or treating with my aunt and uncle one year when my mom was working late. After, Mom showed up while I was sorting all the gross candy out of my haul. I had like 5 of these things. Most years my mom took them, but this year my mom and uncle were arguing over them and how to split them evenly. While they weren't looking, my aunt stole the odd piece and ate it while giving me a "don't tell them" look. The next year, I tried one and decided all 3 of them were crazy and their tongues were broken. Story 12. So, American military MREs have charms in them, and in the Marine Corps, there exists a superstition that eating them makes it rain. This superstition is so well ingrained into Marine Corps culture that Marines always promptly dispose of them, sometimes with a witness, upon discovering a pack of them in an MRE. Now me, personally, I don't do superstition. It's stupid. People who do superstition are stupid. I hate it. So there I am in the School of Infantry, out on a training op that involves us spending the night out in nature's splendor, when I open my MRE and out pops a pack of charms. Everyone takes note of it, and some even tell me to get rid of them right then. After a moment of thought, I make the decision that I'm going to eat this damn candy and dispel all this nonsense. These heathens needed to be made civilized, and I was the man to do it. Things became heated, people were holding others back, and some wanted to fight me on the spot. But I did it. I ate the whole pack. That summer night, July, in Camp Pendleton, sunny California, it fucking hailed on us, and I, rightfully, had to stand watch all night. Never again.